All right, so we are now here in Sapporo or Sapporo, however it's supposed to be called. I don't really know. But yeah, today Alyssa went home. I flew here from Tokyo and she then, we were at the same airport. She flew back to Texas and to America. Yeah, it's sad. I planned this trip a long time before I met her, so I've got so much crazy stuff planned now. But you know how it is. It's like ripping the bandage off. It just makes you feel a bit sad and a bit on your own. Although I've lived and done all these sorts of things on my own up until this point. So I guess there's beauty in that. I will see her again when I next see her. So yeah, lots of different things planned. I've got more things now coming up that are not what your girlfriend would like to do. Crazy runs, crazy hikes, out in Mother Nature. Also, I mean, she likes that, but you know, like crazy long distance, big stuff. Abandoned places. Stay tuned for that. Lots more breweries, drinking, the usual things that I like to do. So, coming soon. As you can see this morning, sweating like an absolute beast. And yeah, we're currently going up a mountain that I keep forgetting the name of. Mima? Not sure. I'll work out the name when I get to the top. But yeah, it's kind of, as you can see, back in the woods, which is my favorite kind of place. And yeah, I went out for a run this morning, first run since, obviously you don't run when your girlfriend's here. It's a bit weird. So first one since then. My groin was a bit painful, so I didn't think I'd be able to manage, but I haven't even checked how far we've gone, but we've been running for about two hours. So there's apparently a really good view up here. It's recommended to go at night. I'm assuming there's a road on the other side to get up here, because if this is what you're doing at night, it's fucking blooming crazy. So yeah, we'll see what the view is like at the top. It's extremely windy today. Temperature's dropped. Luckily I'm sweating, so that warms me up. But very, very windy. So it's probably going to be very windy at the top. But I will let you know when we get there. Also, it's bear season, so everybody's got bear bells. I've got nothing. Bravo. Also, just I don't know if anyone that watches this does like any trail running of any kind, but one piece of advice I would give you, which does kind of suck, if you look at the terrain, look. I mean, God, can you hear that wind? Holy sugar. Look at the trees. Oh, quite high up now as well. But that terrain is ankle break territory, so I always look down. I just keep staring at the ground so that I don't trip. The problem is it's counterintuitive, because like out here, especially as well in America, Colorado, any of those sorts of places, then if there is a bear coming, you will not see it. So it's good to stop every now and again and just scan up. This one is a monster. I mean, it's some pretty big elevation gain coming up here. I'll show you now. I'll turn the camera around. You'll see a gentleman walking down just to see how steep it is. Whew. Holy moly. All right, so we're here at the top. There's the scenery. It's incredible, right? Yeah, there's like a little shrine up here as well. The view is just stunning. Like you can see all the way along the coast. You can see all the river that runs through the centre, which is where I ran up this morning. I did my hotel's over here. I ran all the way down the river, which you can see in the background, and basically looped up, but definitely worth it. I think a lot of people come up here at night time because obviously you can see the night, all the beautiful lights at night time. But today, I mean, the weather's coming in. It's windy as hell. There was like a railway cable car thing up here. That's closed because the wind is really, really strong. We're in a bit of lee on this side of the building. It's more, I think it's coming from the south, but we're facing to the north. But it is just, I mean, it's incredible. Really is. I mean, I look like an absolute goon. Like, this is my new style. There's people behind me, like you can see, munching their breakfast. So I'm one of them influencers in the wild, even though I'm not an influencer because nobody watches my videos. But if you are watching this, then yeah. Now there's a trail down here, which is where I've got to go back to get home. I was looking at running around the road, but then you've got to go all the way around the other side, and the weather is coming. Look behind me. So we're gonna go make a dart for it, and hopefully not get gobbled by any bears on the way down. Wish me luck. All right, so again, good thing about Japan, lots of public restrooms. So some countries don't have them, and if you need a wee, it's a pain when you're out. And I drink a lot of water, so I'm always peeing. This is something I've never seen in any other country. So this is at the bottom of the mountain. We made it down safely. As you can see, it's raining. Shock. But look, loads of brushes, water, little trays to put your bucket, your shoes in. And now, shining again. Wet, soggy feet, but shining again. So we finished the run, got one of these. Yeah, we ended up doing about 18.5 miles. So yeah, that turned out to be quite, I still got to get back to the hotel, which is about a mile away. So that's probably going to be more like 19 miles, but which I always do. So I always try and go breweries and stuff. I've got a sticker for the Sapporo. I keep saying it wrong, I think. But the Sapporo, it's the beer museum, but it's this Sapporo brewery. If you've ever seen Sapporo beer, the Japanese beer, this is where it's made. And this one's like a 1984, I've never seen it in the shops, but it's just a really nice Japanese lager. I'm absolutely fucking drenched. And everybody's looking at me like an absolute weirdo. They're all dressed up, everyone's got brollies, I'm not sweaty because it's cold, but just really, really wet. So yeah. But I think the rest of the day I'm gonna get back, get a shower, maybe have a bath, just warm up a bit because it is a bit nippy, even for an Englishman. And then tonight I think I'm gonna go out and find a little food spot, and maybe do a little bit more shopping because out here Uniqlo, and there's a version called GU, which is like the sister company, and it's slightly cheaper, but it's the same stuff. I bought like 2 pairs of these, like smart, look like suit trousers, but they're elastic and quite casual. So yeah, I gotta go have another look. So a quick observation, unlike Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, where most of the tourists kind of go, being in cities like this, it's a lot more, like, you don't see many tourists. I've seen maybe a handful, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because again, not as many people are fluent in English, so you've got to try and wing it a little bit more. But it's also, a lot of people stare at you as well, especially me with bleached hair. But no, it's just a bit of an observation I've had so far. So if that's what you like, maybe this is more your cup of tea. It's a bit less crazy than Tokyo. There's still all the cool shrines and stuff to see. So it swings and roundabouts, just as an observation. All right, so good morning. Well, it's actually the afternoon now. I'm in a place called Otaru, which has got this really famous old canal. In the day, this was like the main trading port for Hokkaido back in the early 19th century. And this place in winter is covered in snow, and it looks insane from the pictures I've seen online. Obviously, it's summertime, so that's not going to be the case. But I've basically walked from one of the JR train stops into Otaru just because I like walking. I think you see a bit more of the scenery. It was up through the mountains. It was about 10 miles or so, so it took a good 3 hours. But we're here now, and we'll see what the day brings. But yeah, the big breakwaters, I've never seen, I mean, it's like a bit like Dover Port, you know, it's huge, absolute monster of a breakwater, but it's tsunami country, isn't it? I mean, you get earthquakes here, left, right and centre, and I guess you need some more form of protection from big swell. I don't know if that would hold a tsunami, but it would probably slow it down quite a substantial bit and do some form of reducing the impact, I guess. So we're currently roaming around the port area of Otaru, and I was just reading up on it a bit of the history because I always find this stuff curious. You might think I'm a weirdo for, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. I mean, there's not many other people, but it is a Sunday, so there's not really much going on. But basically Hokkaido is the North Island of Japan, and this was the main port that was used, because obviously there is a port in Sapporo, but that's more modern. This was during the Meiji era, which was like, I think, late 1800s to early 1900s, somewhere around there, just before the First World War. And that's when they started really building infrastructure up in this North Island. Lots of coal mines around this area, which obviously, as you know from my America explorations, I love an abandoned mine. I have found a few, however, I've been reading into it, and the penalty for getting caught inside those mines is pretty dire, so don't really want to do that. So I'll just stick with roaming around port towns like this, and I'll try and find some coal mines that I can film from the outside. But yeah, a bit of the history. And as I mentioned, we're going to see the Otaru canal shortly, which is supposed to be very aesthetic, and it is. You know, the ships, the bigger ships would stop here, then they'd take the cargo, the coal, any sort of wood, iron, steel, whatever it was that they were using to build things, then they'd take it through the canal towards the train track, and then ship it off to where it needed to go to. Also, as you'll see in the last bit of that clip, the sign, I was so tempted because it's dead. And I mean, this is like a desolate old building. You can see all the catwalks. I mean, this looks like a grain silo, to be honest with you, or coal, maybe, for that matter. But I keep wanting to climb up and go see if I can sneak in, but I don't know. I don't want to get banned from going to Japan and then getting in trouble, so we'll refrain, keep out. I can read that one at least. I'll get the message. Alright, so we're in the beer house. I've gone for this, don't know what it is. A rot beer. Seasonal one, no idea what that means. They've got small, medium and large, and what I found out here usually is that the beers are quite small. The large is double the price of the medium, so I'm kind of scared that it's like an absolute beast of a beer. But we've ordered it anyway, so we'll see what happens. I realise why it's double the price now. It's a stein of beer. So we've got a stein of beer. She came over, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, most people have got like normal sized drinks like she's carrying. Hello. Ready? Taste test. Cheers. That's very nice, that. Very nice indeed. Kind of just tastes like a Pilsner but an ale. It's really good. Also, I was going to add to that, there is no mentioning of the percentage of the beer. So, could be a 10%er, an 8%er, 6, 5, 4, I don't know. All I know is that we're drinking a stein of it. Feeling it a little bit, which is not normal. So maybe it's on the higher end. It is a seasonal optional beer, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. I feel pretty bevved after that stein of beer. So I'm curious as to what the percentage was of it. Like usually when I'm on holiday, I'll drink quite a bit. So that shouldn't be hitting me as hard as it is. I know it's a litre of beer, so I do understand that. But yeah, it's hit me hard. Now, because obviously I've got to get back to Sapporo. It's about 4 p.m. There is a really cool shrine. I'm not going to do the observation tower up the top because, I mean, I did one of those yesterday. And it would be a lovely view, but I've just run out of time, sadly. So we're going to go to a nice shrine, and it looks really cool because there's a whole strip of like torii gates on the walk up to it. So I'll get a bit of that, and the train station is not far from it, and then we'll head back home and see what happens after. Okay, so we're about to run out of battery, but there's nobody here. I guess because it's so late in the day, all the tourists have gone back to the city, but oh my gosh. I've been to a lot of shrines since being in this country. This is hitting different. And that's not just because of the stein of beer. This is beautiful. I'll show you. You know where like on Instagram and YouTube everybody's all like Japan makes you find yourself and all these sorts of things. Up until this point, yes, it's a beautiful country. Many wonderful things to see and do. This place with no people in it, yeah, this I can understand what people go on about. They're just closing up the temple behind me is what you can hear. 2 ladies and it's just me and them. And yeah, this is kind of the Japan people go on about, I think. Alright, so we're here in Gigo, which is like a big chain of amusement arcades that you get out here. And shot. We're playing Mario Kart, baby! Donkey Kong we're going for. I was gonna go Bowser, I didn't see he was there, damn. Sipping on a Muscat. Take your pictures. A Muscat Chuhai because we're in Japan, so it has to be done. Yeah, mate, there's some guys in here that are playing on these like hand music games. Absolute chaos. Like they've got gloves on, they're sweating like fuck. It's crazy. I filmed a bit of it, like it's unreal. 100cc. But yeah, so no, this should be good. I mean, me and Alyssa came and did some of this, but I went for a massive run today. I did about 20 miles this morning in the pissing rain. The weather's horrible, horrendous. You can't really do much. So, just keeps beeping at me. So I thought I'd come here, enjoy a bit of arcade games, get a little buzz on, and then go get some conveyor belt sushi, because tomorrow I've got to be out really early for the bus to Hokkaido, which is about 5.5 hours. You can get the bullet train, which is 4 hours and costs 3 times the price. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Save money where you can and spend it on other stuff, right? Here we go. We're here in Sapporo is what it's called, and just ordered the one me and Alyssa went to in Akibara. It was all like a big whole screen. Here there's a potential for the tablet, but then they give you a QR code, so you order from that. I'll show you what we've got. First one's here. See it? So it comes on these little conveyor belts, mate. It's mental. We've got a beer as well, big beer. But this, it's a tuna salad, very mayonnaise heavy there. So I'm going to stack a few up. So the beer's arrived, but also they give you these nice little sauces, chopsticks. So just a heads up, when I was with Alyssa, I struggled with chopsticks big time, big time. Which is kind of cute when you're with your girlfriend. When you're on your own, people are going to start looking at me like I'm a bit of a muppet, because I have no clue how to do it. I lift my arm this way and like just lift it and put it in my mouth. That's how I do chopsticks. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. I did drop the tempura. You missed that one. And everybody was staring at me like I'm an absolute idiot, which I am. Full send there. Yeah, I'll keep filming the bits as they come, because I'm very hungry. So they're a constant thread of different bits of food. So we've got some eel, an eel tasting platter they call it, I think. And then tempura shrimp, plus like a tuna one. But then we'll go more nigiri, bits and bobs. You'll see. So here is the aftermath. Alright, so we're going to end this Sapporo video here. Just to put that into perspective, that was 13 plates of sushi, plus some miso soup, and a couple of plates of tempura. tempura, however you say it, and that was about 25 quid. So you know, that's like dirt cheap really when you think of it. I'm full to the brim now, so early start tomorrow, so I'm gonna get back and just probably doze off to bed, do a bit of editing, and yeah, I'll see you on the next leg of the trip.